Well, it seems that you check all the boxes. Just one question. Do you work well under pressure?
I think that I work really well under pressure, in high stress environments especially.
Do you work well under pressure? This gotta be one of the most uncomfortable interview questions there is, because it is a very, very tricky one. There's so many job applicants that they make a huge mistake when they are replying to this question. So it is a very, very tricky one. So think about why the supervisor, the manager, why are they asking you this question? They are assessing your decision-making skill, your problem-solving skill, and how quickly you can think on your feet. But more importantly, they want to know, are you a snowflake? Are you gonna melt under pressure? Are you gonna crack? Are you gonna collapse when things get tough? Can they count on you when things get tough? That's actually what they are asking. So here's what you don't want to say. See, if you say no, obviously that's a bad answer. But if you just say yes, that's also a bad answer. You don't just want to say yes, because then it comes across, well, everybody says yes. How do I know you're not telling a lie? And you don't want to exaggerate either. So instead, what you want to do is you want to tell a story. And you should rehearse and have prepared this story ahead of the time. So instead of just saying yes, oh yes, I work well under pressure. Well, how do I know, right? They don't know. As far as they're concerned, you could be lying, right? Instead, you tell a story. It could be a simple story like this. I remember when I was in college, I was actually being put into a group of 4, and 4 of us, me and 3 other of my classmates, working on a project. And we divided our responsibilities, and we had 1 month working on this particular project. And I was doing my part, and they were doing their part, and we had to get together just a few days before the presentation, because we all had to make a presentation together as a group. And I was sharing with them what I have done so far. And 2 of my classmates actually didn't complete what they were supposed to do. I was a little bit disappointed, but knowing that we actually didn't have a lot of time, so I had to, yes, burn some midnight oil and kind of work on their part and finish what they were supposed to do, supposed to be their responsibilities, but I did it. And then I actually had to be the one that make the presentation. And at the end, I got a B+ or A- for that particular project. You see the difference? You are actually sharing a story of how you have dealt with pressure. How do you operate under pressure? That's what they want to know. So it could be something that you've done in college. It could be something that you've done in sport, right? If you actually play any kind of sports or you compete. Or it could be something that from your previous job that you had to make a presentation, or there's a very tight deadline, or you work with other people. What have you done, right? Share that story. Remember, facts tell, but stories sell. You want to have some of those stories in your kind of back pocket, so whenever you need it, you can just do it. And within the story, you want to hit a few key points. Number 1, how you have used your skills to handle the situation. How you are taking responsibilities and that you're not blaming, right? You're not playing victims. That's good to know. For the supervisor, for the HR person, that's very, very powerful to know, right? Number 3, you kind of also want to share what are the results, right? What happens? So you did this, and this how you handle it, and here's the outcome. So now they can see the full journey. So don't just answer yes or no. Prepare a couple of these stories. And by the way, don't exaggerate. Don't say, oh, I never feel stressed. It's never a problem. I can handle any situation. I work very well under pressure. No, that is a very, very bad answer. It's much better to do that through storytelling. One more tip that I want to give you is, when you finish that story, you could also share what are some of the things that you do to relieve stress. Because it's good to know. Then they know that you're kind of working on this and you have an outlet. Example, it's good for them to know because then they know that you kind of have an outlet. Maybe you would say, you know what, whenever I feel stressed, I would go for a run. Or I would do, yoga, or I meditate daily, or whatever it is that you do. Share that, because then they know, okay, they know that you're not just the kind of person that would bottle up all your emotions and take on all the pressure and then you're gonna explode someday. No, it's like, hey, you know what? I have an outlet. I have a hobby that when I do that, it relieves my stress. So they know, okay, you are a healthy person mentally. So the key to handle this question, do you work well under pressure, is to have a well-crafted, well-rehearsed story that you could share. By the way, comment below and share your story, how you've handled a scenario, how you've handled a stressful scenario, how you overcome those scenarios, and how you work well under pressure. And get some feedback from all my viewers from all over the world so you could perfect that story. For more tools, resources, and in-depth training on communication, on influence, head over to danlokshop.com, and that is danlokshop.com. I'll also put a link below, and check out some of the training that we have that can help you to unlock a better version of yourself.